The single easiest way to know the plot to Othello by William Shakespeare is to know the lyrics to what is effectively the unofficial national anthem of the United Kingdom. So in today's video, I'm going to explain how Othello is basically the same as Mr. Brightside, the mid-2000s absolute classic from the Killers. So let's get into it. The song begins with, "I'm coming out of my cage and I've been doing just fine." Now the cage here is a metaphorical, symbolic representation of Othello himself, because he's judged not only by his race, but his age. In fact, he's been rewarded for his efforts in war, and the Venetian government actually approve of him in general. Act 1, Scene 2, Othello is quoted as saying, "My services which I have done the Signori shall out-tongue his complaints," in reference to the elopement with Desdemona that Brabantio has a problem with. As the lyrics continue, it mentions how did it end up like this? It was only a kiss, it was only a kiss. Now those lyrics themselves not only reference the end of the play and its fateful demise of both Desdemona and Othello, but this idea of a kiss, this image that Iago constantly keeps putting into Othello's mind is really powerful. He constantly uses the visual to remind Othello of the actual deceit he's using, which is that Desdemona and Cassio are committing an affair. Now in Mr. Brightside, this visual imagery continues about how he's having a smoke, she's taking a drag, they're going to bed, my stomach is sick, etc. And it's the same with Othello. We see this really clearly in Act 4, Scene 1, just before Othello has his seizure, and he starts talking in really visceral terms about the physical imagery, and he talks about different parts of the body before he collapses into his fit. Now the bridge of the song talks about how I just can't look, it's killing me. Now that's the same as Othello when he actually ends up doing very similar things. He talks of being one that did not love wisely, but too well. It's these constant false images Iago plants in his head that leads to his destruction, as well as the destruction of his wife. During the chorus, it refers to how destiny is calling me, which also mirrors Othello's words at the very end, just before he takes his own life in Act 5, where he basically leans into these Moorish stereotypes that have been portrayed on him by Iago and the Venetian people, where he goes to violence to resolve his problems. And the song itself ends on the words "I never," repeated multiple times, which also again reflects how Othello's regret at the end of the play for what he has done to Desdemona is all-consuming and totally wipes him out effectively. Drop a comment if you've got any questions. Take care. We've got this.